Today's date, or tonight's date, is September 6th, 2021. It is a day I will never forget because this marks the 10-year anniversary of the passing of my Jegna. I call him Jegna. Y'all say mentors, I say Jegna. It's a difference. The one and only, the most honorable Dean James McLeod, who was the Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs at Washington University, and also he was director of the John B. Ervin Scholars Program, and I am an alum of the John B. Ervin Scholars Program. And we lost him on Tuesday, September 6, 2011. He succumbed to that demon known as cancer. He was battling lung cancer for the last 2 years of his life, made a gallant effort, put a lot of energy. Even though he was dealing with that, he still was serving the people. He was a true servant leader, a people servant, and his presence will be missed and is missed. And it's been going. I can't believe it's been a decade, but I ain't gonna never forget where I was at and who told me when Dean McLeod made his transition to a righteous ancestor. I got, I guess, a couple of text messages, but what stood out in my mind was Boss Tolliver, that sister, the most beautiful, honorable Virginia Tolliver. I call her Boss Tolliver. She told me that Dean McLeod passed, and it was crazy because it just threw me. It was a curveball I was not expecting or see coming anytime soon. It's actually getting ready for my one-man art show, the most known unknown, I believe, the Metropolitan Art Gallery in St. Louis, of all places. I just took it for granted that Dean McLeod could probably make it out to my art show opening, which was going to be that Friday. End up having the art show opening, end up going to his funeral, a homegoing celebration on that Saturday. They had it quick. And so it was like, man, it was crazy. And also I went to the memorial for Dean McLeod at WashU when they, in October of 2011. And Dean McLeod was an amazing man. He was a phenomenon, just a one-man movement of goodwill, and just truly was a lovable human being. And I just want to share a story because Dean McLeod, not only was he my wise counsel and protector on campus, but he also believed in my mission and my mom's mission of college preparation and getting our children prepared for the future today. And so he actually was a keynote at a couple of our events in Memphis when we did college preparation events. I Am and We All Be Group Incorporated did college prep events in Memphis back in 2004 and 2008. He was the keynote. And the first one was at World Overcomers Church. That's the mega church on Kirby and Winchester at the intersection with that big controversial statue based on the Statue of Liberty, but it's called, I guess, the Statue of Liberation through Christ. So it's a big Statue of Liberty replica. Instead of a torch, it has a cross in one hand. So he actually did a keynote for us there. And also in 2008, he was the keynote speaker at East High School here in Memphis. And so I want to focus on the 2004 one because I think it was interesting. It shows to me what type of person he was and what he still exemplifies, this excellence, class, and all that good stuff. And I believe he had a good sense of humor. And, Dean McLeod's birthday was back in July, Leo season. He definitely was a Leo because he had that hair, man. He had that perfect stay so soft fro, afro, mane, lion's mane. He had a perfect afro, perfect shape afro. Kept it nice and tight and was truly a leader, and he was on the scene to be seen. He's definitely somebody on the scene to be seen. So let me get to the thing. He did a keynote. It was my job both times to introduce him as the keynote in 2004 and 2008. So I introduced him in 2004 at this church that, World Overcomers, and Bishop Alton Williams come from a large family of ministers. His father was a well-known and respected minister. His brother is a well-known and respected minister, Jasper Williams, Reverend Jasper Williams. Matter of fact, he was the guy who did the eulogy at Aretha Franklin's funeral, as well as Aretha's father, Reverend C.L. Franklin's funeral, back in the day. So, Bishop Williams, Alton Williams wasn't there, but we had a lot of people from the community there. So it was my job to introduce Dean McLeod, and Clara was there, Mrs. McLeod. And so I did something that was interesting, you know. I don't. I just did something. You know, I'm always trying to be a little bit provocative and stuff like that. So I said, you know, an old wise head once told me that if you gonna be a nigga, it's best to be a smart nigga than a dumb nigga, because one day you gonna be a dead nigga. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, scholars, laymen, I introduce you to one and only Dean James McLeod. And so, Mr. McLeod came up there. He didn't miss a beat. You want to thank everybody. Thank you, Mr. Hurd. Thank everybody for coming. And the question you must ask yourself, why are you here? Who are you here for? You know, like he just got get into his like kind of habits of achievement zone. Like a lot of people that know about Dean McLeod, he would do the habits of achievement speech every year for orientation. But I mean, he didn't take offense. I don't know if he took offense to it, but he was cool and calm and collected about it, and he didn't give me no problems about it. It was like I was trying to be funny and provocative, and did it in church. But Dean McLeod, you gotta remember, Dean McLeod is the son of a preacher man. And I don't know if his father's still around, but I think his father reached to be 100 plus years old. I don't know if he's still around. Dean McLeod's the son of a preacher man from Dothan, Alabama. He went to Morehouse when he was about 15 or 16 years old, so he's like a prodigy. But what Dean McLeod's genius was that he knew how to deal with people and make people feel welcome. That was his genius, making people feel like they belong, even though they may feel out of place. You know, I told Dean McLeod one time, I had these issues with WashU. I still had trauma dealing with my WashU experience. And he said, well, sir, it's not about the buildings. It's about the people. It's about relationships. It's about people, not about buildings. And it's because of relationships I had with people like Dean McLeod, I was able to not only survive WashU, but actually, you know, I graduated and I'm still being productive and I still believe in giving back. So Dean McLeod, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your excellent example on how to be lovable, how to be givable, and in the end, how to live a honorable life, sending blessings and love, amplify blessings and love to the only one, the one and only rather, Queen Mother Clara McLeod, beautiful spirit, rooted, beautiful, thoughtful, lovable, and also to your one and only beautiful daughter, Sarah McLeod, sending y'all love, positivity, peace, and light your way. Just want you all to know that I've been thinking about Dean McLeod, and he's unforgettable. Just like you all are unforgettable. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless. One love.